Well, that
Now
sounds,
they should hear us. Jeremy, can you hear us all right?
Yes, I can.
must be no. Oh, there.
Okay. Time for a haircut. Oh, wait, sorry. It's just a sound check.
I've got what's on.
I agree. I should have done that.
Let me call the July 9th, 2025 Planning Board and Zoning Commission meeting to order. We have a roll call, please.
Gray.
Here.
Tupin.
Here.
Eccles Bell. Boise.
Here.
Conley.
Here.
Di Benedetto.
Here.
Bloomer.
Here. Okay, before I ask for a motion on the minutes, I assume everybody's had a chance to review the June 11th minutes. Are there any issues, corrections, additions?
I didn't see any.
No. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve the minutes as written.
Moved by Conley, second by Foisey. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Gray. Tupin.
Here. Yep.
Eccles Bell. Boise.
Yes.
Conley.
Here, yes.
Di Benedetto.
Yes.
Bloomer.
Yes. Communications from the board. Jeff, you want to bring us up to date on urban renewal?
Yeah, not much. I missed the last meeting, so not much has happened since that I'm aware of since then. Monday, they're gonna have their July meeting. I think there's supposed to be a report from the Kansas State University folks that were here, to report out, their findings. And then there's also a new poll out for the public to access and answer. There's, I think it came out on Google Groups, and there's a poster with, whatever they call that.
A QR code?
QR code, thank you.
I'm glad you figured that out.
For people to log on and answer, and it's kind of a follow-up to their field review. So it kind of, there's some additional questions related to what people's vision is for the URD, and then some other follow-ups. So I'm not sure how long that's gonna be open, but if people are interested, they should go ahead and access the poll and
And that'll
answer.
be on the city website?
It should be.
Okay.
I think I got it through Google Groups.
I got it through email today or a day this week.
Oh, I did, I got
A
it
day
through
this
Google
week.
Groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was this week.
I've had it twice, but not from Google Groups.
Any questions from Jeff?
And that survey is put out by the URD?
Well, it's jointly between the Urban Renewal Agency and Kansas State.
Because I had received a phone call saying that it would have been better had we had multiple choices instead of having to actually come up with something ourselves.
But at the end, you had multiple choice.
Well, apparently she was not
Yeah.
comfortable.
At the end, you could rank them.
She said it took too much brain power.
Yeah, they do, actually, it's similar to what they did at the end of the public meeting where they asked people to rank their priorities.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, Jeff?
Nope.
Chelsea, City Council?
So we went through, there are some amendments to the growth policy, but it has been approved.
Very good, and I gotta tell you, I thought you did an excellent job of compartmentalizing the changes, making them clearer, without really changing a lot of the content and the intent. And I thought that, you and Sandy working together on that was great, and, I thought that, like, last night, when you went through and explained it, the rationale, I thought that helped a lot, so kudos to you and Sandy and whoever else helped you do that. I think it was a big part of getting this thing through.
We got a lot of feedback from everybody.
Yeah, and I sent your comments to all the board members, so you all saw them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Al, I think this is the first Jeff will probably back me up on it. First time the city council has read through it
Yeah,
with thoughtful,
yeah.
you know, it's really thorough.
At least one, possibly two of the council members read through it, in addition to you two.
Honestly, I
All
think
of them.
pretty much everybody
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
got feedback from almost everybody on council.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
like, that was helpful.
And it went about as I expected, and that, you know, it's a 90-some-odd page document, and we go through it, it's nice to have another set of eyes on it, so,
absolutely.
nice to get it done. I think it's a great document that we can all be proud of.
When you spend 14 months on it, you kind of
Yeah.
get to the point where
And kudos to WWC, Jeremy and Greg too, for helping us through that.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we notice that. And I tried to recognize you the other night as being major contributors to that effort, so appreciate that. Any questions of Chelsea?
I don't, other than I second what you said. I thought you did a really good job of synthesizing
Yeah,
the changes that were made. It clarified things that needed to be clarified and added, so.
And thanks for coming to land use and planning for that too. That
Yeah.
helps substantially.
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
and the city council.
And the city
Yeah.
council, yeah, just,
I couldn't make the land use for other reasons, but
I guess,
I kind of logged on last night hoping I wouldn't have to talk.
We couldn't see it drilling.
Yeah.
I guess I'd just add, I think this is probably the most comprehensive review of the growth policy since 2000.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
At least the one
And
I've been involved in.
to me, I think it's a welcome update.
Yeah. So hopefully you can use ours as a model, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm glad it got approved by the city council, and yeah, it was a long haul, but thanks to your guys' diligent work, we got her done. So
Yeah. Well, Marnie's not here and she isn't gonna log on, so we'll skip county. And anything from the mayor's office? Okay, under new business, this is supposed to be the public hearing comment of the draft of the downtown master plan for Red Lodge. I prepared a statement here. I probably ought to read it into the record. Development, growth, and revitalization of the downtown has been guided by two documents. The first was the Downtown Revitalization Plan, and I think that was done around 1986. And then in 2006, as part of the Montana Main Street Program, the city adopted a Downtown Assessment and Action Plan. In 2025, the Downtown Master Plan takes these documents into account. The 2025 document is guided by the Montana Main Street Program principles, specifically commercial development and planning in the downtown core. The 2025 Downtown Master Plan is intended to be a guiding document containing the collaborative vision of the future. It is intended to establish a framework, strategies, and priorities to achieve that vision. The 2025 plan is based on a comprehensive analysis of existing conditions based on general community input, including specific focus groups that were impacted by the downtown business core. It is not a regulatory document. It is a guide to reach a collaborative vision over the next 5 to 10 years. The document is fluid and should be reviewed every 5 years. The planning board began the process and held public meetings beginning in February of 2023. The city received a Montana Main Street Program grant to fund review update of the downtown master plan and the growth policy. In May of 2023, the planning board began making plans to review the existing 2006 plan and began discussing strategy with contract planners from GWE. In November, December of 2023, a prepared master survey was distributed to the community at large. In February of 2024, the initial review of the results began. In September of 2024, Beartooth Front, GWE, and the Planning Board hosted a community-based forum with 3 focus groups. Each group was allowed about 2 hours. First group was business, second group was tourism, third group was the general community at large. In November of 2024, the Planning Board began discussions and detailed review. Note, at this time, the Planning Board was also reviewing the growth policy at this time with our contract consultant, WWC. At this point, WWC was taking more of a leadership role as our consultant. March 2025, at this time, the primary contract planner was WWC, and we continue the detailed review of master plan drafts. In June of 2025, the Planning Board completed an updated draft and published in preparation for today's public hearing. The 2025 Downtown Master Plan was submitted to Council to reflect the ideas, visions, and goals expressed by the community and the downtown business and at the focus group meetings. This, along with input from our contract planner at WWC and the Planning Board members, it is a collaborative document. It is a Red Lodge community plan. Once the public hearing is completed and any additional revisions are made, the Planning Board will submit the final draft to City Council for review and approval. At this time, I will open the meeting for public comment.
Angie?
There is nobody in the room. Dave, is there anybody on board?
We have people online. I'm looking to see if I see a raised hand or mute coming off. I do not. Angie is who's there.
Public comment. Going once.
I'm just listening in. You keep mentioning my name, but I'm nothing to say, just listening in.
All right, thank you, Angie.
You're welcome.
Twice. 3 times. Public comment is closed. Okay, Planning Board members, is there any, as you read through this final draft, is there any comments, additions, corrections that we should make before I ask for a motion to pass this on to council? Huh?
I've got one small edit.
All right, we'll start with Jeff. What page are we on?
Page 6, the first sentence underneath introduction, where it says dating from 1900 to the 20s. Actually, that probably should be 1890s through the 20s. I just walked down Broadway, and there's at least, the Pollard was 1893, and another building that's got a date on it that's 1899, so.
I sold a house from 1876.
What's that?
I sold a house that was built in 1876.
Okay, so you want to change it to 1890s/20s, is that correct?
Yeah.
You got that, Greg?
Yeah, because our building's 1890.
Yeah. Okay, 1890 or 1890s?
I said 1890s just to
Be generic.
90s, yeah.
Okay,
I think you'd be fine.
anything else, Jeff?
That's it.
Susan?
No?
John?
Nope.
Chelsea?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy, do you have anything you want to add to this?
No, I think we've gone through it enough times. I feel good about this document. I think it's clean, and you guys again did a great job going through this and with a fine-tooth comb and making sure that this is a great document that the city can use for many years to come.
Okay. Greg, do you have any comments? No. Mr. Mayor? Holy mackerel.
Now what are we gonna do?
I will entertain a motion to, submit this planning board document to council.
I would move to submit this planning board document of the, downtown master plan to city council.
Second.
I have a motion from Sandy, seconded from Chelsea. Any discussion? Hearing none, the roll call, please.
Gray?
Yep.
Tupin?
Yep.
Eccles Bell? Boise?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes,
Di Benedetto?
Yes.
Bloomer?
Yes. Okay, at this point of the meeting, we again open the meeting to public comments on any agenda items from the public. Seeing no public here, that tells me they either don't care or have great confidence in this board.
They
And
have
I choose the latter.
great confidence.
I choose the latter. Anything online?
Nothing online,
All
Mr. Chair.
right, public comment is closed. Okay, under old business, update of city council adoption of the updated growth policy, Westwood Jones. You have something you want to add to that?
We did it, it's passed.
Okay. I mean, Chelsea covered it pretty well.
Yeah, I think we had that just in case it
Yeah,
didn't go through
Yeah.
for some reason.
okay. Also, under old business, I'm going to add, take my prerogative as chair. Jeremy, where are we now on your plan to begin the review of the zoning regulations? Are you on schedule to get a draft to us? And when would that be?
Greg and I will be working on that, in July. We hope to get you guys something to start reviewing in August. So I don't know
Okay.
yet, I don't know yet that if that'll be the first meeting or second meeting in August. We're working through that. We do have a conditional use permit application we received, that we're working through completeness review on. And that will likely, we're kind of waiting to see where that ends up, on which meeting in August that ends up on. So that's kind of where we're at.
Okay, so we will not review the zoning document on the 23rd of July meeting,
No.
okay?
Do we need a 23rd of July meeting?
I don't know yet. I'm working on that.
It sounds like it.
Any questions about the zoning? You know, what we had planned is, and I think I sent it to you all. If I didn't, I apologize. We had asked for each of you to send me a list of what you thought were your priorities. I received some from Sandy, and then we had that original priority list that we did, that I think I sent back to you all. I forwarded that to Jeremy and Greg, that had those lists of items on there. I don't have it memorized, but I can resend it to you if I have to.
Does that include the recommendations from the city council?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That was gonna be the only thing I needed to
Yeah,
include.
there was a list, and I know I sent it to y'all, but it may have been amongst other things. So, and Jeremy, you got that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Staff communication and update,
The only thing is that CUP permit that Jeremy already covered,
and that's on Hagan and Eighth,
Fifth and Hagen.
Fifth and, Hagan and Fifth?
Oh,
Just south across the street from Napa.
Okay, and you don't think that'll be until August?
No, because we're still working through completeness, so with the notice, it'll either be the first meeting or second meeting in August.
Okay. Nothing else?
You know who that is, huh?
All right.
I just love seeing stuff get built.
All right, petition and communications from the audience on any topic. There's nobody in the room, so it has to come from online.
You have two folks online now, but I see no hands, Mr. Chairman, or no mics unmuting.
Okay? Okay, under other business, we come to the July 23rd meeting. August is gonna be a really hard month for me. I'd spoken to the mayor about, fulfilling my obligations in August, and have you, whether you're gonna replace me or not,
If you leave, are we gonna replace you? Yes.
yeah, no, have you got somebody lined up?
No, sir? We have
Um,
not posted anything.
The
yet.
other thing that we need to deal with is, and I don't think we need to have a special meeting for it, is, to address the leadership for the coming time, you know, since I'm leaving. So we're gonna have to elect a chair and a vice chair. But I don't think we need to have a July 23rd meeting to do that. I think we can do that sometime in August or whenever it's appropriate.
Probably.
Okay. Any other business? Hearing none. We're adjourned.
Wow,
Wow.
that's all I can
That's a
say.
record.
It really is.
Thanks, everyone.